Welcome to Dark Hours FM, your late-night escape into the shadows. If you'd like to keep the lantern burning, join our Patreon for early access, bonus horrors, and secret tales, or buy me a coffee to fuel more stories. All links are in the show notes. Tonight's story, The Music Box. Let's begin. They say an old music box can hold a song longer than any living memory. But sometimes the song doesn't fade, and neither does what's trapped inside. They found the old music box, buried behind rotten cedar walls, inside the Parson house. The last room, standing before the wrecking crew, brought it all down for condos no one wanted. No one remembers who turned the key first. No one wanted to claim that. It was just a relic, they said. Something pretty, brass hinges and a glass lid, caked in a century of dust. Bethany Moore was the one who took it home. She said it felt warm in her hands, the way a thing shouldn't be, locked away for 70 years under mold and wood rot. She wrapped it in a towel, tucked it in the back seat, and drove it back to her little apartment, above the nail salon, 2 blocks from the old mill. That night, she set it on her dresser, the key sticking out like a broken bone. She didn't wind it, didn't dare. But when she lay down, the faintest scrape of gears shifting slipped between her ears and her dreams. At 3:23, she opened her eyes. The box sat there, same as before, but the lid was cracked half an inch, like something inside wanted a peek at the sleeping world outside. The tune. Only a note, high, thin, like a single violin string stretched too tight, and plucked by ghost fingers. She got up, snapped the lid shut, pressed her palm against the glass until her reflection blurred in the moonlight. The next night, she wound it once, just once, to prove it was just brass and cogs. The song that came out was slow, too slow. Notes dragging through thick air, each one bending into the next, like it didn't want to be alone. She left it on her dresser. It played itself out by dawn. Or so she thought. On the 3rd night, her brother Marcus came by. He knocked on her door just past 11, holding a 6-pack and a grin.
I brought provisions.
He laughed, holding up the cans like a prize. She forced a smile. Let him in. Tried to ignore the way his eyes drifted to the dresser every few minutes.
What's that?
He asked, halfway through his 2nd beer. Bethany shrugged.
Just an old thing from the Parson house. Plays music.
Marcus set his can down beside it, bent closer to the glass lid. His breath fogged the top for just a second before he pressed a fingertip to the key.
Did you wind it?
He asked, voice dropping. She shook her head.
Not tonight.
He laughed it off, but his hand twitched when he touched the lid, like static had jumped his skin. They fell asleep on the couch, movie still whispering through the credits. At 3:23, Bethany woke again. The box sat on the coffee table now, lid wide, key spinning all by itself. Marcus was gone, shoes still by the door, coat still on the hook, like he'd slipped out barefoot, half asleep, following a tune only he could hear. They found him at dawn, cold behind the wheel of his truck, keys in the ignition, but the engine dead, eyes wide, breath gone, mouth slack, like he'd been waiting for her to come say goodbye. A still body, no heartbeat, just silence, except for the tune that wouldn't stop. The coroner said natural causes, some quick, quiet failing of the heart, like he just drifted away behind the wheel. No sign of struggle, no sign of cold, no poison, no reason, except the tune Bethany swore she heard behind her eyelids every time she closed them. She buried the box in the dumpster that night, wrapped in towels, plastic bags, anything to smother the way the notes climbed through fabric. She heard it all the way back up the stairs, 3 floors, each step echoing the same thin, slow song. At 3:23, the lid cracked open on her dresser again. The towels were gone, the plastic too, just brass and glass, and a tune that hummed like something alive. Neighbors said she started talking to someone. No one else could see. Whispers through the walls, soft and low, like a mother's hush. They found her one dawn in December. The cold slipped under the window frames, frosted the mirror where her breath had written half a name. In her lap. The music box, lid open, key spinning slow as a heartbeat that wouldn't stop. They say they buried it with her, but if you stand by her grave, when the wind cuts through the trees and the world forgets itself for just a second, you might hear 3 soft notes curling under the earth. The tune never ends. It just waits for a new key to turn. Thanks for joining us in the dark. Some stories fade with the light. Others stay with you. We'll see you next time, if you make it.